In Iraq, you don't just volunteer to go outside the wire. Usually, you're voluntold. But when my direct supervisor pulled a fast one and sent me instead of himself, let's just say the boss wasn't amused. And what happened next? Comedy gold. Let me walk you through it. So here's the bluff. Trying to dodge responsibility always catches up with you. All right, so Pete, it's 2010 and I'm in Iraq. The office that I work in, we deal with DOMEX, or document and media exploitation. Part of my job is that it consists of maintaining proper chain of custody of items that we possess. My team consists of members of every branch and at least one agency. My direct supervisor is an officer in the United States Air Force who we will just call Joker. Captain Joker is softer than cookie dough. He is very timid and scary, yet conniving in his ways. So on this particular day, Captain Joker had went and left the office. He went to this meeting and I wasn't privy to the meeting. But when he came back, he said, hey, they want you to go outside the wire and they want you to deliver this evidence to another office. And I need you to make sure that you get them to sign for the evidence. And I'm thinking like, I don't think nothing of it. Other than, me being a little nervous riding through the streets of the city I was in. Because, in the time I had been in Iraq, I had already experienced mortar fire while trying to go to breakfast. They had blown up a couple mortars by where we sleep at. Plus, I had just seen how the sheer concussive force of a VBIED while on base. But nevertheless, I put on my body armor and I secured my weapon from the armory. When it was my time to go, I grabbed my evidence, I grabbed the chain of custody paperwork, and I headed toward the MRAP. I was introduced to the squad that was going to be, riding me out there, and they advised me where I was supposed to sit at, and they told me to strap in, 45 minutes out, 45 minutes back. And my drop off, it was pretty simple. Dude signed for it. I handed him the stuff. He handed me my paperwork back, and I was done. So I get back to the base, and I get dropped off by the team, and I head to the armory to hand in my weapon. I'm walking down the hallway, and I get run into by the dude that runs like the whole office, like the whole building. And we'll just call him Green. So Green is like, hey, where you coming from? And honestly, I was a bit confused because I'm like, bro, didn't you just send me outside the wire? What you talking about? And so I said, I went on that drop off, and he was pissed. He was like, yo, I didn't send you. I told Joker to go. And I was like, oh, okay. At the time, I didn't think nothing else of it. I thought it was over, or so I thought. Fast forward to the next drop off and the meeting to iron out the logistics. Again, Captain Joker returns to our office and he give me the exact same spiel. He tell me what time I need to be ready. And so I'm like, all right, as usual, I ain't think nothing else of it. The mission is the mission. You know what I mean? It's kind of one of those things where you're going to go wherever they tell you you're supposed to go. So when the time get close, I proceed to stand up and get ready to load up my gear. You know what I'm saying? Get myself ready to go outside. Green must have had a premonition or something, because no sooner than I stood up to stretch, the office door flew open. Green marched in and he pointed his finger, sit your behind down. And I was shocked, but I know how to follow what sounded like a direct order. Entering the area of the office where we sat, he barked at Captain Joker. I told you to go. Get your stuff and let's go. All right. I was like, yikes. The fear in Joker's eyes took center stage. That boy was shaking like a stripper. It didn't help that he was embarrassed that he had gotten caught in his scheme to pass the risk off on me. But he had also gotten called out in front of the whole crew, including the interpreters. The situation only became more pathetic when he got yelled at for not grabbing his M4. He never donned his body armor. This man literally was about to head outside the wire, naked, if you will. So no gun, none of that. But he obviously ended up getting his gun. From there, the ridiculousness only got worse. See, this particular drop-off included human cargo along with the evidence, so there was quite a few more people on there. While mine had been straightforward, there was a lot more moving parts to this one. Once they were at the designated meetup location, there was a prolonged wait for the individual that they were meeting. My man's Captain Joker was getting very antsy. When a random bush rustled, my man's jumped into this wild commando-style stance and started waving his weapon back and forth. Thankfully, before he could humiliate himself or the rest of the crew at the site any further, the VIP and his convoy arrived. The exchange went as planned and everyone returned safely. The only thing harmed that day was pride and egos. So here's the lesson. All he had to do was his job, and he tried to dump the dangerous missions off on someone else. This is the moral of the story. True leadership means showing up, not shifting blame. And sometimes karma rides in the next convoy. Have any of you ever had a leader try to duck something and got caught doing it? Drop your funniest leadership fail moment in the comments. If you like the video, if you like the content, like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell for more true and ridiculous military stories. In the next video, I'm gonna do a follow-up to this about my last day in theater and how I got my petty revenge on Captain Joker. As always, fair winds and following seas, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.